How's it going, machinima? Welcome to Destroy the Objective. I am your host, the Trout91. This is a little series I've created for machinima purposely. It's a search and destroy guide with Black Ops coming out. A lot of people are losing their marbles when it comes to playing Modern Warfare 2. So I thought I'd give you some helpful hints and tips on how to play search and destroy. It's a personal favorite game type of mine. I have to say, there's a lot less randomness, a lot less bullshit, and the better player will usually always win. So I want to give everyone a chance to play this game type and give them a kind of feel as to how to get into it, how to play it, how to become better at it if you're already playing it, and generally how to think smarter as a player when you're playing Modern Warfare 2, but not only for search and destroy, but it will also carry over into other game types like team deathmatch or free-for-all, just to know where certain things are and things to look out for when playing the game. So a lot of the game will revolve around thinking outside the box and thinking where the other team will be, prediction, and reading the enemy and knowing what to do in a certain situation. So we'll get straight into picking our guns and classes. The first 5 are the ones that I would recommend if you only have 5 slots open. Barrett 50 cal is hands down the best sniper rifle on the game. It's semi-automatic, very powerful, and does a one-shot kill from the chest up to the head with stopping power. Definitely the one I would pick. The P90 is a very aggressive rushing class. It gives you a little bit more reliability in the fact it's got stopping power, and a very powerful 1887 secondaries are good at CQB moments where the P90 might fail. The TAR-21, this is a rushing version I've made of the TAR-21. Very good when you're rushing, and it gives you that little bit of oomph when you're trying to get the kills at distance. Very much more reliable than a submachine gun with lightweight on. The fourth one is the UMP with the cold-blooded. This is just save yourself from your team when they're giving away a lot of air support, and it's good for rushing in if they've got a UAV up. You can get a lot of clean kills just by sneaking up on them. And the ACR is kind of a modified FAMAS version of this, I would say. If you're not too confident in your FAMAS or M16 ability, I would definitely go with the ACR over those two. The Uzi is the gun that gets you there before the other team. Personally, if you have very limited classes, I would pick the first recon kit, just a lot more smart to free up a slot. The FAMAS is kind of like the ACR, very accurate, very powerful, and good for long distances and works best at that. The MP5K, very good at CQB, but doesn't have a lot of range, especially with the secondary being a SPAS 12. Lots of recoil on the MP5, but very good if you're taking out people with CQBs. And a Scar H is a great gun, very, very, very powerful, but doesn't have a lot of ammo, and if you get in the situations where you've got a spray, you could lose a lot of that ammo. And the last one is the AK, very good all around, very much more powerful. It's kind of a replacement for the TAR-21 if you're not feeling that. Very good gun overall. Now the Killstreaks setups I would suggest is the very low ones, because in Search and Destroy you're not guaranteed as many kills. I think the most kills I've got in a search is 21, and that was on World at War, and even my second highest is 20. So you're not going to be hitting those high kill streaks very often. So I would say UAV up to about attack helicopter is very wise to pick. Now the thing about picking something like a care package or sentry gun, you got to be careful. As you see in this clip, I can simply just rush into their spawn and take them out and stop them from claiming their care packages. The E-drop can work, the payload and stealth one, but again they're very high kill streaks. You're not likely to get those at all. This is the rushing kill streak setup I would recommend if you're someone who's rush happy, doesn't like sitting around. You can call these in straight away on the move, and you don't have to stop for no one. So it's very good to pick the UAV counter UAV and attack heli. The UAV Pred Harrier is the defensive kill streak I would recommend if you're someone who's very passive, doesn't like to move about much, and sits back in case on defense especially. Very good, powerful kill streak setups, and highly recommended if you're on defense or very defensive player. So we move on to the Prefire and Hot Spots. Now, Prefire spots are basically what I call, or anyone else calls, first blood. So it's the spots where you can see people basically from the very start of the game and get a couple cheeky kills. The hotspots are where you know the enemy team is going to be bunching up, where they're going to cluster, and where the popular spots are to hide out and watch bomb sites and get a nice little advantage on your teammates. You need to surprise them in these hotspots and come at them full guns a-blazing. As you see here on Wasteland, a very popular hotspot is under the tunnel, in the little bunker, where you can get some pretty easy kills on people just watching the bombs. Defusing and the fake defuse. This kind of coincides with sound whoring. You need to know when the bombs. You need to sound whore when the defuse is going on. You need to sound whore enemy players around the bomb site, which shouldn't be too easy if they've got Ninja Pro on. The third perk I very much suggest. The fake defuse is simply when you go up to the bomb, you go to defuse it and drop it just to see if it can lure out some other people. It's a great way to get some easy kills towards the end of the round and make sure you can secure the round and defuse. Fortunately here I get lucky because no one's around. Make sure you clear out bomb sites and you've got teammates around you if they're alive just to help you out there. So the next one is clutching the round. Now for those that don't know what clutching is, it is when you are down by yourself in a round of search and destroy against however many people, and you've basically got to win the round yourself or your teammates. And it's a very high stress situation, I'm not gonna lie. Your heart's pumping, your pulse is just going bonkers, your head's spinning, you don't know what to do. But fortunately, if you keep a cool head, you will usually always become the victor in a clutch situation. It's very, very easy to clutch and very easy for the other team to mess up quite easily. So what I would suggest is know your hotspots. It is crucial that you know a hotspot in Search and Destroy, especially on all the maps. You need to know where the players are going to be bunching about. You need to know which bomb plant they're going to go for most likely, where they're going to be sitting around from. Here I notice that the guys are bunching up in the middle, because I went to B at the start of this round, no one went there, so I'm assuming they're not going to bother going there at all this round. And I venture off to A, I find the collateral at the beginning, I found another guy because he heard me fire off my guns, which is another thing to watch out for. If you have an unsilenced weapon, it might be a disadvantage because they know where you are, but at the same time they do know where you are, so you can lure them in, wait for them and take them out as soon as possible. And getting as many kills in a clutch round situation is great because you've got less to think about, especially on attack. Fortunately I'm on defense. I found the fourth guy again in the middle. He must have thought I was there. He took me out. I took him out pretty easily. The fifth guy I managed to get because he wasn't paying attention. I found him in the hotspot, and the sixth guy found me. I knew what he was going to do. He had to plant the bomb sooner or later, and he did, and I got the 6v1 clutch, which is also an ace, and an ace is taking out the entire enemy team. So my general attacking advice: when you're on attack, you want to be aggressive. The point of attacking is to attack the bomb site and attack the other team. So you want to do this in the best possible manner without like giving away your position or being stupid and getting an unnecessary kill. And it's all about picking a good route, an unfamiliar route. When people don't know what kind of route you're coming with, they won't be able to pick you off and you'll get away scot-free. You can come in, get some easy kills, and the more kills you get, the easier it is to plant a bomb and the easier time you're going to have winning the round. I'm not going to lie, if you were playing a very well organized team, no attacking team should realistically win, which is why I'm coming up with these strategies and I'm coming up with these tips on how to throw a team off to give you the advantage and put the win in your favor. When you're on attack, I would suggest checking those corners, because on defense all they have to do is watch a bomb, so it's very crucial you check all your corners and make sure no one's lurking around in unfamiliar spots looking for someone to wander by and get killed. My general defensive advice is to be calm. It's good to rush. When I'm on defense, I am very rush happy. I like to get in behind players because on defense they're thinking, the attack's thinking, they're just gonna be sitting around the bomb. I don't have to worry about looking behind myself. Wrong. If you know the spots, you know how to get in behind people, and you know how to get around things, you are going to do a lot better than you would do sitting and watching a bomb site. Not to say that that's a very stupid idea, because that is very, very smart. If you're not very confident in your rushing ability, sitting around a bomb site is a good idea, because you're not going to let them get the bomb plant in, and they're going to be very scared that someone's going to be popping up, and there's going to be you getting an easy kill. So if you know how to play the game, you know how good the other team is, and you know they're not going to be looking behind themselves constantly. You can get some easy kills, and if you're ultimately not confident, just sit back and wait for them to come to you, because on defense it's all about them getting the bomb plant in, and you just have to wait for them. So I hope you've enjoyed this. This is kind of just a general kind of a kind of look into Search and Destroy. If you don't watch any of my next episodes, this is kind of like a basic how to play it in any situation, in any map, and I hope you enjoy the next episode. I will see you later. Peace out.